Doing some beautiful gravel cycling today, and I think I'm loving it. There's just something about being on a road that is not tarred. There's lots of stones and gravel and all of that. The smell of the earth and the farms, the dung of horse shit on the road. All of that just smells more alive than riding on gravel or paved roads. Beautiful. Today's ride was a little different from my usual cycling routes. I joined a couple of friends for a gravel style cycling adventure around Thornbury, a historic market town in South Gloucestershire, just north of Bristol. Thornbury has this beautiful mix of countryside roads, open green spaces, farmlands, cottage-style homes, and wide scenic views that make you feel like you have stepped away from the noise of the city. And honestly, that was one of the things I enjoyed most about this ride. Look at the countryside. There is something special about leaving the smooth city road behind and finding yourself on gravel paths, quiet lanes, and slightly rougher terrain. It feels more natural, more unpredictable, and somehow more connected to the environment around you. It also reminded me of the kind of cycling I first fell in love with when I started riding again as an adult back in Nigeria. A lot of the cycling I did then was off-road, on paved tracks, gravel, mud, broken paths, and rough terrain. It was a completely different world, but it had its own kind of beauty. Here in the UK, a lot of my cycling has been on smoother roads and paved cycle paths, which is great, but every now and then it feels good to return to something a little more rugged. The funny thing is, I was riding my Boardman road bike, which is definitely not built for proper off-road adventures, but for this kind of route it held up quite well. Most of the ride was gravel and country lanes, with a few paved sections here and there, so it was manageable. For filming, I used the DJI Action 4, and I also had the Insta360 GO 3S with me for some additional angles. I have used the DJI Action 4 a lot over the past few years, and it has easily become one of my favorite cameras for cycling footage. I just love the image I get from it, especially for handlebar mounted POV shots. I'll probably share a separate video with footage from the Insta360 GO 3S so you can compare both cameras properly. But for now, the DJI Action 4 still remains my go-to camera for this kind of ride. Now, one of the best parts of this ride was simply being with other people. Cycling alone has its peace, but riding with friends brings a different kind of energy. You stop more often, you talk, you laugh, you catch your breath together, and you share the experience in a way that makes the ride feel less like exercise and more like a small adventure. And that is what this ride really felt like. We covered about 22 kilometers in total, with a moving time of around 1 hour and 30 minutes. Our average speed was about 13.7 kilometers per hour, and we gained around 77 meters of elevation. I tracked the ride with my Garmin Vivo Active 4. It was not the longest ride, and it certainly wasn't the fastest, but that was not really the point. What stood out for me was the terrain, the open scenery, the farmlands, the quiet residential areas, and the feeling of riding through a place that felt far removed from the city. There were a few tough climbs that definitely tested us, and at some points we had to stop just to catch our breath. There was also a little drizzle during the ride, but nothing serious enough to stop us. If anything, it added to the atmosphere. By the end of the ride, I was tired, but in a good way. That kind of tiredness that makes you feel like you have actually gone somewhere, done something, and spent your time well.
It falls to the ground and washes the day away. Nothing to show and no place to go. So here in my room I stay. I don't know that I could forget you, no matter how hard I try. I'm all alone, and honestly I cannot believe all the tears that I've cried. I'm all alone, and honestly I don't know why.
Yes, sir. Thornbury Castle, eh? Yeah. Let's go back, let's go back. Let's go back, let's do one more. One more, please.
I do not know a huge amount about Thornbury yet, but from this ride I can definitely say it's a lovely area to explore on a bike, especially if you enjoy countryside roads, gravel paths and scenic views. I'm hoping to do more rides like this and maybe at some point get a proper gravel bike or mountain bike, so I can explore more routes like this without worrying too much about the terrain. But for now, this was a great reminder of why I love cycling. It gets you out of the house, away from work, away from the usual routines, and into places where you can breathe a little deeper, move your body, enjoy the scenery, and reconnect to the simple joy of riding. So that was our Thornbury cycling adventure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this ride, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and join me again for more cinematic cycling stories from the saddle. See you in the next one.